Hey everyone, thank you for watching. In today's video I'm really excited to do, I'm going to be decluttering my Sephora loves list. So I generally do this around the time of the VIB sale. I've done a couple of videos on it in the past as well. But basically I'm just going through my loves list and getting rid of items that maybe I've either bought but they're still hanging around on my loves list, or items that I've talked myself out of. I'll just be kind of going through it, letting you know which items are being kicked out. The VIB sale is coming up here shortly. I do have a recommendations video and also my wish list video. I will have both of those linked if you want to catch those. But today is all about the items that I am not buying, or maybe I already bought. You know what I mean. We're decluttering the loves list. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, I did want to say I just finished filming this look here. This was Friday's video. I will have that video linked in the description box, of course. And then jumping into it. Okay. So I'm scrolling all the way down to my Sephora loves list, and I see on here I have the Sephora Collection Cream Lip Stain Liquid Lipstick. These are $14. I think I'm just going to go ahead and finally remove these from my loves list, because I will scoot over so I can add some photos. Because I do have a handful of these. I have some of the full size, and I also have like a set of minis. So I feel like I've done pretty good purchasing these, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. I do really like them, and they are pretty affordable liquid lipsticks compared to like some higher end options. I do quite like them and I would recommend them, but I have plenty of shades, so I think I'm good to go ahead and remove that. I'm also going to take off this from Tarte. This is the Pearly Girl Vegan Teeth Whitening Pen. This is $22. I did use one of these all the way up. I think I maybe actually went through two of them now that I think about it. I discovered them a while ago. I mean, this is on my loves list from 2017. Okay, so like it's been a while that's been on there. So I think I've gone through two of these. They were just kind of like almost like a whitening touch-up. Like it was like a little pen applicator, and you would run it along your teeth, and like really quickly you would notice results, but they would also fade really fast, so it wasn't like a long-term teeth whitening thing. But if you had something going on and you just wanted like a real like quick touch-up, you could use the pen. But I pretty much stopped using that at this point. I'm kind of experimenting with toothpaste and seeing if I should try like the white strips again and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that from my loves list for right now. Okay, so let's see, scrolling through, I have some items on here, like my favorite dry shampoo. I just kind of always keep on there. My favorite eye makeup remover from Lancome, I'm gonna go ahead and keep that on there, because these are just items that like I go back to a lot, so I kind of like to have them flagged in my loves list. But I am going to remove from Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Matte Trance Lipsticks. These are $38. I did end up purchasing one of these. I purchased the shade Christy, and I also do have some minis, which might be on my loves list too. I'm going to remove this. They were not my favorite lipstick, and at $38, I really wanted to like love that formula. But I just thought it was okay. So I probably will not be buying another full-size one, so I'm going to take that off. Also, the Kevyn Aucoin, the Contour Book Volume 3, this is $59. I remember fighting with myself, going back and forth over this one, if I should pick it up. It's $59, but I really do like a lot of Kevyn Aucoin products, especially like face products. I have other contour books from them. I have the sculpting powder, which I really enjoyed. I ended up not going for this one, and I think if I haven't gotten it now, I don't think that I'm going to do it. I don't know if I would have been able to use all the shades in there, but there are some highlights and a pretty blush. But also I have some of these separately. Like I said, I have the sculpting powder, I have a bronzer in another book, I have some of the blushes, and also some of the highlighters. So I was like, do I really need them all in one? Probably not. So I never ended up grabbing it. So also from Kevyn Aucoin, I have the Molten Liquid Lipstick. This is $30. I did purchase one of these. I believe it is the shade Janet, and I like it. Again, it didn't turn into like an absolute favorite of mine, and $30 is pretty pricey, so I don't think I'll purchase another one of these particular liquid lipsticks. From Charlotte Tilbury, I still have on here the Cheek to Chic blush for $40. Honestly, I feel like if I haven't bought it by now, I'm probably not going to. Like, I can probably say goodbye to it on my loves list. $40 is so expensive for one blush. Like, I just think about the blushes that I really enjoy and I reach for a lot, and I just don't think that I can, I just don't think I can do it. Just go ahead and remove it, Samantha. You can do it, girl. Woo! Okay. Removed. And then also another one from Charlotte Tilbury, the Hollywood Flawless Filter for $44. I've had this on here since August of 2018, and this is another one that I've gone back and forth on, and I feel like I hear so many different reviews on it. Some people absolutely love it. Some people say that it's totally terrible, and I'm just like, what? Hey, what? I don't know. But I think I've decided that I'm going to remove it. I think that I'm going to. I think I have other products that maybe do something similar to it, and $44, that is pricey, so I'm gonna say no to that one. Look at me, you're decluttering like a boss. Okay, I have some items on here from Olehenriksen. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep them or not. There are 2 skincare items. The Glow Cycle Retin and Alt Power Serum for $58 and the Goodnight Glow Retin and Alt Sleeping Cream for $55. I talked about these in a Will I Buy It video, and I said I was interested because I like a lot of Olehenriksen skincare products. Hello. I do like a lot of the skincare products, but I never ended up purchasing these because I feel like I have other ones in my skincare routine that I use a lot and I really enjoy a lot that seemed similar to this, and those are both, you know, fairly pricey as well. I feel like, also, you know what? I feel like looking at these, I don't know if I've heard anybody talk about these or anybody review them. I feel like there's a lot of products from the brand that get a bunch of hype and a bunch of people talk about them, but these I feel like I haven't heard anything on. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and remove. I'm gonna do it. I wanna remove it. Okay, there we go. Boom, look at that. Okay, the Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation for $44. I was so close to purchasing this. I thought it would be fun to try out. And I do like some of Becca Foundations. The Aqua Luminous Foundation I quite enjoy, so I thought I would try this. And I saw the reviews coming out and it did not get good reviews. And especially people who I really enjoy on YouTube or have similar like skin types to me, or we look for similar things in our foundations, they were saying not so great things about it, so I talked myself out of buying it. From Stila, the Vivid and Vibrant Eyeshadow Duos for $20. I again came so close so many times. I remember at Ulta Beauty, I went in there once and there was a whole display of these and I was swatching them and I was like, oh my gosh, which color should I get? And I even like walked around the store and I kept looking at the swatches like, you're gonna get one. And I talked myself out of it, walked out of the store, didn't buy it. So I don't think that I'm realistically going to purchase these. I feel like they just kind of kept sitting there, like maybe one day, but I don't think I will. They're beautiful, but I don't think it's gonna happen. From Hourglass, the Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow. This is $29. Was this the one that kept going out of stock? I feel like there was 2 of them and I probably have another one on my loves list, but I feel like this is one that kept going out of stock and I was so interested to try these. Yes, it was the Marc Jacobs, and I ended up purchasing the Marc Jacobs because these kept going out and I was like, this is so annoying. I actually did end up getting one of these. It is packed now, but I remember I wore it not that long ago in a YouTube video and I thought that it was pretty, but especially comparing it to like the Marc Jacobs Paparazzi, I actually enjoyed the Marc Jacobs one more. I just felt like it packed more of a punch and it was really kind of like it amplified my look. Whereas with this one with Hourglass, I feel like yes, it was a little bit on the glittery side, but not that much. You know, like, and for, what did I say this cost? $29 for one, you know, basically like a single shadow. That is a whole lot of money and I just didn't feel like it had that oomph. I believe I had the shade Reflect, which is a champagne. Yeah, I thought it was pretty and I'll wear it, but probably not enough for $29. I honestly would recommend the Marc Jacobs ones over it, which I know are on my wish list, so I will talk about that in just one second. Natasha Denona Marc Your Liquid Lips, a matte liquid lipstick for $25. This is another one that when these came out, I really haven't heard anybody talk about them. So I have like nothing to go off with these, which is very odd because so many people, like when Natasha comes out with new products, people are all over them. But I truly, you know, sometimes you're like, I haven't heard anybody talk about them, but really you've heard like 3. But you know, out of all of the YouTubers you watch, it doesn't seem like that many. I genuinely don't think I've seen anybody use these or talk about them. So $25 is expensive for a liquid lipstick. And again, it's kind of one of those, like if I haven't bought it by now, probably not going to. I had a bunch of different candles on here from the brand Kohl and Canary. And I ended up purchasing one. I think it was Smoky Eyes and Dreamy Guys that I ended up grabbing. These are $28. And I didn't really love it. I didn't notice any sort of like real scent with it, and I like candles to kind of, you know, to have that nice smell to make it like a little cozy and give your house a nice scent, you know. And I just didn't really notice anything with it. Every time we would light it, both me and my husband were like, do you smell anything with this? And we just really didn't, which was such a bummer. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove these different ones that I have from my loves list, and I probably wouldn't be able to recommend them if that's what you like your candles for, which I think that's maybe why a lot of us like our candles. So I did have the Pat McGrath Labs, the mini trio of the lipsticks. I actually had a couple friends actually sent me some of the minis that came in the sets, so I was able to try out a few that were in there. And again, just like with the full size, I like it, but not an absolute favorite of mine. This was $25. I have on here the Cover FX Power Play Concealer for $30. I did end up getting this one to try out, and I quite like it. I reviewed it fairly recently on my channel, I believe it was. It's not an absolute favorite concealer of mine, but I do quite enjoy it and I'll continue to use it. But since I do have that, I'm going to go ahead and remove it. I have a hair care product on here from Briogeo. This is the HairOScopes. So this was a little set from Briogeo. It was $39. You got like their conditioning mask, which I believe was the full size, and then a few minis. And I did end up purchasing that for myself. I really like Briogeo hair care. I have a lot of products both in my shower and, you know, out of shower treatments for my hair. So I just really wanted to purchase this, and I've been really happy with it so far. I actually just finished up kind of like my conditioning mask, so I put this one in the new shower at the new house here. So I'm excited to try that out because I don't think that is a product I have tried yet, but I hear good things about it. And then the other products I have tried, but it's nice to have minis again. I know I put the charcoal shampoo. I actually took that with me on my Punta Cana trip back in February. So really happy with that set. I also have on here from Anastasia Beverly Hills the Sultry palette for $45. I do have that palette, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Also, the Jouer Cosmetics Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer for $22. I did end up purchasing this one, and I am so happy with this concealer. I wear it so consistently. From Marc Jacobs, this is the one that I was mentioning, the Seequins Glam Glitter Eyeshadow. This is $28. Like I said, I have the Paparazzi shade, and I really do enjoy these. I would recommend them. I feel like they're pretty darn easy to use. Paparazzi is actually in my Shop My Stash for April, and I did a look with it. I can link it in the description box if you'd be curious to see how I applied it or how it looked on the eyes. I just think that it's beautiful. It's $28. It's $1 cheaper than the Hourglass. Cha-ching! You can go to that McDonald's dollar menu. You're welcome. But I really do like these quite a bit. But I do have one, and I feel like that's pretty good. The Huda Beauty New Nude Eyeshadow Palette on here. This is $65. I included this in a pretty recent ranking new palettes video, so I can link that if you want to see my thoughts on it. The Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream Eyeshadow Palette for $44. I did end up purchasing this one. Spoke very highly about it. This was my #1 palette in my very first ranking new palettes video, which is very exciting. I also have on here the Smashbox Holidaze Contour and Spotlight Highlighting Palette. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. Oh man, I think this ended up in a recent regrets video because I bought it just kind of like, oh, that's cool. I like contour palettes. I like Smashbox face products. I'm gonna buy this. And then I got it and barely touched it and didn't use all the shades, and I was like, that was kind of a fail on my part, and I ended up decluttering it. So, oh man, now I'm gonna remove that one from the loves list. From Huda Beauty, I had on here the Matte and Metal Melted Double-Ended Eyeshadows for $25. I ended up not really, I feel like the reviews I've seen, they have been a little bit like hit or miss, but for the most part, I feel like people weren't super enthused about these, and they're not products that I would reach for a ton. And I also have some that are similar to this from Wet n Wild. It's not the double-ended, they're just kind of like, they're just like the singles, but there's matte ones, and then there's shimmer ones, and then also metallic, I believe. And I felt like they were really similar, and I've heard a lot of people who have also tried the Huda Beauty say the Wet n Wild is similar to them, and I have a handful of those in my collection. I have on here from Dior the Backstage Face and Body Foundation for $40. I did end up purchasing that, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it. I do like the foundation. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of it in the warmer months because it's more of a lighter coverage, but I do like it. Also, with the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation, this is $48. I'm going to go ahead and remove that because I did purchase it as well. I've been thinking about doing, I've been doing ranking new eyeshadow palettes, and that's kind of my way to be able to review the new palettes that are coming out. And it's been a lot of fun, and I thought I would do a foundation one also because I've been purchasing some like newer foundations to the market, both high-end and drugstore, or you know, getting some sent over to me to test out. So if you want to see kind of ranking the newer foundations, let me know in the comments because I would do that. I've seen a bunch of people ranking like products in their makeup collection, which has been so much fun to watch. I know Kelly Gucci's been doing it and Ashley Clay's been doing it, and obviously I love both of them. So I've been having so much fun with their videos, and I've had people ask me like if I'll rank my makeup collection. It definitely would have to be further down the road, again, because of like just how my setup is right now. I just don't have all of my makeup out. But those newer foundations, I still have them pulled out in a separate area. So I know where those are. So I could do that one fairly soon if you guys would be interested in seeing that. Do let me know. Fenty Beauty concealer, the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. This was $26. I did purchase this as well. I think that it's okay. Honestly, I could probably also rank new concealers because I have like the Fenty, again, like the Jouer, the Cover FX, e.l.f. And I feel like there was another new concealer that I just grabbed as well that I've been trying out. So also, if you'd want to see, I kind of like the idea of doing it for newer products because I love to review and I love to be able to try to review newer things, and I think it's just kind of fun to do it in the ranking style. So if you'd want to see a concealer one too, let me know, but I could probably do that also. The Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer, $24. I did also purchase this one and I really enjoy it. Oh, I also put on here from Milk Makeup, I instantly loved when they came out with their reformulated lip colors. These are $24. So I really enjoyed the Milk Makeup lip colors when they first came out, and then they repackaged and reformulated. I did get a handful of the shades sent to me from Milk Makeup and I tried them out. I did review them in my most recent Makeup Monthly, and I said that I don't mind the formula, but it's definitely not like the older one, and I liked the older one so much more. These are almost like too creamy for me, and they're kind of messy, like they just kind of transfer everywhere. So I was kind of disappointed in that. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these because, you know, I did get a few shades sent over, but I just know that I wouldn't purchase them because I didn't love it. From Olehenriksen, the Banana Bright Face Primer for $36. I did end up purchasing this. So Milk Makeup, the Hydro Grip Primer. I put the mini on my loves list right away. This is $15 and I was super excited and I was planning to purchase the mini, especially when I saw the mini come out. I was like, that is what I'm getting. And Milk Makeup actually ended up sending me over the full size. The Natasha Denona Foundation X Plus, this was $45. I did purchase this and I have like my my first ever foundation wear test video on this one, so if you want to see my reviews on it, that is already up. Also, the Natasha Denona Transfix Matte Concealer for $28. I did just mention this one in my Sephora VIB wish list, and I said how I was thinking of maybe not purchasing it because I've seen some negative reviews, and I feel like every single comment that came in touching on the concealer was like, no, don't do it. So I've been talked out of buying that concealer for the sale, so I am gonna go ahead, boom, and remove that one from the loves list as well. And then I think everything else is pretty much more recent, or yeah, everything else is more recent, and some items that I mentioned in that wish list video. So that is actually going to wrap it up for today's video, just kind of going through my Sephora loves list and some of the products that I've either talked myself out of or that I've already purchased, and you know, little thoughts on them. I hope you enjoyed this video or you found it fun. My haul will be coming. I am a Rouge, so I'll be shopping right away, and I'll definitely be sharing a haul. But if you're interested in my other videos on the sale, they will definitely be in the description box. But let me know what you thought of me decluttering my loves list. I would love to know. And as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.